Hi everyone, I'm very excited to do this video, and it's kind of difficult not having baby furniture anymore, but I wanted to tell you that I now have 5 reborns in my collection, which I never have. I haven't had in a very long time. There have been times that I have purchased reborns and made reborns and have had more than this, but not for a very long time. And it was kind of hard for me to position them realistically on this bed without really taxing me. So I'm going to do the best I can, and I want to tell you the feeling and the experience and the reason why I love all 5 of these babies, which are all ready for you to welcome into my nursery, to pick a favorite, and to let me know if you've got this sculpt or if you've always wanted this sculpt. So we're going to start with the little guy here in the front. And many of you know this little cute little guy. He's holding his lovey that he came home with from Auntie Anne, from Anne's Colorful Life. This is my Vincent. Yes, he's the Luan sculpt. And he was done by Doris, somebody or other. He's a genuine sculpt. He's got a COA. And he's got painted hair, beautifully painted hair. He's got blue eyes and rooted eyelashes and a gorgeous, gorgeous little grin. He's got chubby, open hands, and each one of his hands has dimples. And his artist was on reborns.com. I don't have her name readily available either, but I have posted it before. He's a chunky baby. He's a heavy baby. Don't know my exact weighting or measurements on him, but he fits in newborn and 0 to 3. And what I love the most about him is that the artist must have used some kind of soft touch varnish, because his skin feels like real baby skin. And what else I love about him is his painted hair is perfect, and he makes me smile whenever I look at him. And he reminds me of a little Italian boy, and that's why I named him Vincent. And I told you the story about why I named him Vincent in a previous video. You can go watch that. And he's just a delight. And then this is my Larisa. She is the famous Lara sculpt by Bonnie Brown. I dressed her up today against my better wishes, because I just wanted to see what she looked like dressed up. But I like her in a plain onesie the best. But she fits into this 0 to 3 linen dress with embroidery and flowers, satin flowers, and the flutter sleeves. And she's got her bunny lovey. Some of you really like this lovey. This is a Beanie Boo. I had a collection of Beanie Boos, and this is the only one that I saved from my collection because I had way too many. Every time I went to Michael's and had a 40% off coupon, I would pick up another Beanie Boo. And this is her favorite lovey. So, and she's got her passy in today, which is also against my better judgment. But if you want to see other videos of Larisa and why I named her Larisa, there's videos about her. So here's without her passy. And she's the Lara sculpt by Bonnie Brown. And she's a genuine kit with a COA. And what I love about her is she's just the most gorgeous sculpt. Her movement and the positioning of her hands and her arms and her beauty just captures me every time I pick her up and hold her. She's just beautiful. I would recommend her to any collector. And by the way, she has full arms and full legs, and she's a newborn or a 0 to 3. She's wearing a 0 to 3 right now. She's got a petite ami hat on, and he's got full limbs as well. And Larisa is my only closed-eyed baby. So, yeah, it's interesting. I wanted a closed-eyed boy, but when I saw Vincent go up for sale, I just had to have him. I just had to have him. So she's my beautiful, peaceful, awe-inspiring reborn just because of the beauty of her sculpt. And here we have my Mavis. Mavis is a famous sculpt on my channel only because I have done this sculpt so many times that I can't even begin to tell you. This little baby was a rescue from eBay. She had a terrible box opening. You can go back and look, and I got all of the smoke smell out of her, and you can go and look and see how I did that. And she had a wig, and I painted hair on her. She has rooted eyelashes and dark brown eyes and chocolate, yummy chocolate skin. And what I love about her is she has 3/4 limbs, which are very poseable. She's very floppy, and she's a real skinny mini. She's a very slender little girl with a little head, so she's a petite little flower, and I like to put her in fancy clothes with flutter sleeves, which she's got. She just looks good in flutter sleeves, and she looks good in really fancy clothes. That's just how I like her. And she's the longest maybe of my dolls, I'm not sure. And she's long and lean, and she's just familiar to me. And she speaks to me when I pick her up, and she is relieved to be in this house, away from the smoky odors and being neglected. She was in a home that did not really pay much attention to her or care for her. And whenever I look at her, I just get the feeling that she's just so, so grateful and happy to be here with me. I know that sounds funny, but when I have her look right into my eyes, she reaches for me. Yes, she does. That's crazy. She has her lovey behind her because I'm lacking a little bit of space here. But this is my Mavis, who was named after my friend Mavis, who came from Grenada. And Mavis was tall and lean and black, and I named her Mavis after her. She was a very good friend of mine. So we're going to move around to the other side of the bed to cover my oldest two. And this is Ella. Ella is Paris by Idris Stote. She's the only doll that I have that has rooted hair. I rooted her. And she was done by Nana's Dream Nursery in the UK in 2010. So that makes her 13 years old, right guys? And she's got 3/4 limbs. She's German vinyl, and she wears a 0 to 3. And she's wearing this delightful romper that I love so much, that's got the little pinstripes on the bunny pocket, and she's got little white socks on. And Ella, she's just familiar to me because I've had her for so long. I can't imagine not having her because she was my very first experience with Reborns. A lot of you know that already. Some of you are new and don't know that, but she was my first experience with Reborns, the one that made me realize that I had to make them myself because they're so expensive. So she's the one that gave me the inspiration to paint my own Reborns and to root my own Reborns. So she's a delight. She's very familiar to me. She's been many places. She's seen many people. She's been in many outfits and had many, many pictures taken of her throughout the years. She definitely has. So she's my forever baby, for sure. And I can confidently say that. She's got glass eyes and they're dark blue. And now we're coming to my portrait baby, which is Huxley by Andrea Arcello. And she's a big girl. She's a chunky girl. And she's got full limbs. She has the same limbs as Maisie, the original Maisie. And she can wear 0 to 3 and some small 3-month. And she's wearing another one of my favorite outfits. It's just a jersey knit dress with the little, I guess, piping edging on the hem and the sleeves. It's just a nice, simple little dress. And she is the one that looks like me when I was a baby. And I left her bald because I was a bald baby. I had this expression, and I had the ears that kind of jutted out a little bit, but not as much as mine did when I was a baby. And what I like about her is that she reminds me of me, and I somehow managed to varnish her in a way that I have never been able to duplicate. Her varnish is spectacular. It's got a texture. It's not real rough, but it's just perfect. I wish I could go back in time and remember how I did that, because her varnish is just perfect. She is a chunk-a-monk, and I don't often pick her up because of that. She's just a little bit heavy for me. But I gave her very pale blue eyes, and she's got a lot of veining in her head. And she's just beautiful. She's just beautiful. So, she's probably my biggest reborn. Yep. And I love how her toe curls down like that. And this foot, the second toe curls up like that. My foot has a toe that does that as well. So, all right. So this is my collection as of today, the end of May. We have one more day of May to go. But I just noticed that all my girls are in pink. Yeah, and it's not Wednesday. Not yet, anyway. So, they're sharing the lovey that came home with Mavis. They're sharers. They're sharers. So this is it, guys. This is my Reborn collection 2023. And I wish I could just climb on the bed and snuggle all of these babies at the same time. Which probably would not be a good idea. So there they are, guys. So I've got some new people here who may not know what I've got in my house, and this is it. So tell me who's your favorite, tell me who you have and who you wish you had, and have any questions, feel free to comment below and let me know who you have in your collection and who you would like to have in your collection, and which one of these is your favorite. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye, everyone.